What's going on, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to On the Topic Of, which is a series I do every single Friday right here on my YouTube channel, where I talk about a piece of video game news that has been in the spotlight over the past week or so, and I give my thoughts and opinions on it. And before we get into it, you might notice that I have a vest thing on here, and I also have some tubes and stuff down here. That's why I have this Hawaiian shirt on. I've been recovering from surgery this week, so videos have been a little bit sparse, but we're getting things back on track starting today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. So starting today, July 8th, 2016, you can actually pop Red Dead Redemption for the Xbox 360 into your Xbox One, and lo and behold, the game is now backwards compatible, which is something that is very cool because the game is one of Rockstar's most famous and most critically acclaimed titles that they have ever put out. If you aren't familiar with it, it's pretty much the tale of John Marston, and he's trying to pretty much redeem himself, redeem his name and save his family, and it's a very cool Western style game, which is not a setting that we customarily see games set in. It's a very difficult balance to keep a game interesting while also having that old-fashioned Western scenario and gameplay, but Red Dead Redemption did it perfectly. It's one of these standout games for the last generation for me personally. I played through it on the PlayStation 3, and then whenever I got the Xbox 360, I explored some of the multiplayer options, and luckily those multiplayer options are also going to be available for those that are wanting to play this game on the Xbox One through the backwards compatibility program, but that's not all. For those that wanted the full multiplayer experience, every single piece of multiplayer DLC that was ever released for the game is now free on the Xbox Live Marketplace, meaning that you can literally just buy the game, download all of that DLC, and you have the full experience right from the get-go, which is something that is very enticing for people that have never actually played the game and might not own it on Xbox 360. They might definitely go out and buy it. In fact, it does appear that a lot of people are doing that because since the announcement of this game becoming backwards compatible was put out to the public, sales of Red Dead Redemption rose 6,000%, which is not something you shake a stick at. Those are some pretty significant numbers. So what exactly does this mean in the long run? Number one, you get an awesome game on the Xbox One. If you've never played Red Dead Redemption, you need to play this game. It's one of the best games from the last generation, like I mentioned, and the story is phenomenal, the gameplay is great, and the multiplayer is fun, especially if you have a close-knit group of friends that does play on a daily basis. That is whenever the game really does shine on the multiplayer side of things. But for those that like to run as a lone wolf, there are definitely options for that as well. It just depends on how you want to play the game. Now, in addition to that, what else does this mean? I feel like this is definitely setting the stage for an announcement of a new Red Dead game, and I feel like it's probably going to be something like Red Dead Revolution. I don't know, I'm just throwing around names at this point, but I could definitely see a game set during the Mexican Revolution, maybe not necessarily dealing with John Marston, perhaps a spin-off of the story that he began. I'm not really sure where they're going to take it, but the world is so alive, and there's so much to do within the world of Red Dead Redemption that I just couldn't imagine them not going back to it. And I feel like especially towards the end of the year, or maybe even at E3 next year, we are definitely going to see some kind of announcement, and I have a feeling that it's probably going to be Red Dead Redemption and then another GTA coming after that, but we'll just have to see how it goes. So there you guys have it. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, drop me a like down below and let me know what you think about this new backwards compatibility feature for Red Dead Redemption. Are you going to be taking advantage of it? Did you play the game on the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3? And if you did, are you planning on playing through it again on the Xbox One? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And if you happen to be new to the channel, I do make new videos 3 to 4 days a week on a regular week, which of course, like I said, this hasn't been your standard week. But if that sounds like something you might be interested in, you can check out some of those other videos, check out some of the other content that I made, and you might want to consider subscribing if you do enjoy what you see. But as for right now, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.